Good morning, guys. Today we're talking about the sound I. We're talking about why we feel this anxiety, this stress, this sadness, this depression many different times. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 22, Jesus says, "The eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is sound, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is not sound, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness?" First of all, he's saying, if an eye is sound, that means they can see well, they can see good, they can see the whole picture. It's not like they can only see half or blurry. If the eye is not sound, well, they can't see well, they only see partially, they see blurry, right? And he's comparing that to lighting our bodies with light or darkness. Because when we don't see good, that means that we're only focused on the earthly. We're focused on distractions and desires that are driving us away from the true light, right? But if we're focused on what actually matters, which is being faithful to God, which is trusting in Him, not just searching for something temporary right now, we see the whole picture. We know that there's other desires that we have. We know that there's two sides to it. But we follow what's good. We follow God, which is the light. We stay focused on Him. And by focusing on these two perspectives, our distractions, earthly things, or focusing on God, on our faithfulness to Him and seeking Him, it leads us to either two places, darkness or light, right? Jesus talks about both of these things, how if your eye is sound, your whole body will be full of light. But if it is not sound, your whole body will be full of darkness. Now, the darkness comes from evil, from Satan. And how does that happen? It happens from what we're focusing on. If we're focusing on earthly distractions, like constantly stressing about our jobs, our work, or chasing our desires, it's going to lead to unrest, it's going to lead to stress, it's going to lead to anxiety, depression, and sadness, right? That's going to reflect in our bodies, in our lives. We're going to feel that if we're focusing on that. But that's what happens when we fail to notice what God is doing, what God wants us to do, what He tells us, His truth. If we do focus on that, on our faithfulness to God, in seeking His presence, in trusting in Him, that light is going to radiate inside our bodies. His peace, His joy, His power, and His love is going to show inside our bodies. It's going to light our bodies with that light. That's how important it is. And I realized this just yesterday. I'm working on this project that me and my friends are doing for a competition that's in 1 week, next week. We're competing in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm making a video game, right? And I started stressing about it yesterday because I have a ton of work to do for that. Really busy. I had to do a ton. And I was getting so distracted on wanting to finish this right now that I was stressing. All that time was being sucked up by working on that project. That one, I didn't balance how I took care of my body or my spirit or my mind because I was just focused straight on that. And I was being distracted from what God was doing. Because let me explain. When we first did this project, there's 3 levels. It's regionals, states, and nationals, right? In regional level, we passed to the state level, right? And then in the state level, you either have to get first or second to pass. And then we got 6th place. It wasn't great, but like 2 weeks after that, they sent out an email saying that a couple of the people who qualified, which I think was only the top 4 qualified, 2 of them couldn't go or something like that. But a spot opened up and we were able to go. And that was because of God, bro, right? And I failed to notice that. I was stressing like crazy yesterday. I was like focusing on what I had to do for my project that I failed to see. My eyes were not sound. I wasn't focusing on how God had worked in us, on His faithfulness to our project, right? That's why it's so important to constantly see, what are you focusing on? What are you looking at? Is your eye sound? Is your eye not sound? Are you seeing good? Are you not seeing good? Are you just focusing on what is here, what is now, rather than God, right? So I'm going to leave you off with this question. What are you looking at? And what are you focusing on? Thank you. Hey guys, I also wanted to mention that I'm starting my clothing brand called Adonai, which I created as a way to help Christians get out of their comfort zone and share their faith boldly through the clothes that they're wearing. The problem that I noticed in my life was that I would just get scared and resort to doubt or fear when I wanted to share my faith. So by making clothing to help share my faith, it helped me get out of my comfort zone and finally start sharing my faith like that. I also noticed that it's very important having a community of Christians, of friends that can help you, that can encourage you and guide you through your Christian walk. So that's when God gave me the idea to not just make a Christian clothing brand, but to also create a community of young men and women who have a passion for God, who want to share Him, and that can come together and become strong so they can help strengthen each other and share the light of Jesus to the world. Jesus literally made the church as a people, not a building. He made it so that together we may be stronger, that we may ignite our flame together and help make it so big that it radiates across the whole world.